Alex, I just gotta say that this Rams team, this 2020-2021 Rams team, reminds me of another team that we actually saw not too long ago, a Super Bowl champion in the 2015-16 Broncos team. There's a team that had no offense. They could run the ball. You had Peyton Manning just trying to put you in the best play possible. You were not going to win the game because of Peyton Manning. Let's be very clear. You might, or at least not on Peyton Manning's arm. You might win the game because he puts you in the best offensive situations because he's the best quarterback ever to do that. But you're not going to win the game based off his arm. You're going to win the game off of run game. And also, you're going to win the game because you have hands down the greatest defense in the league. I mean, I just love looking back at this defensive roster. Chris Harris Jr., Von Miller, Aqib Talib, and then, I mean, dude, Malik Jackson. You had Derek Wolfe, who actually killed it with the Ravens this week.
Was Brandon Marshall on that team, too?
Brandon Marshall was the middle linebacker on that team. You had Danny Trevathan. You had Shaquille Barrett.
Trevathan and Marshall, those were dogs in the middle.
Those are gnarly. I mean, and also future Hall of Famer DeMarcus Ware right there. Too? Shaq Barrett was a backup on this Broncos team.
That's crazy.
That's how loaded they were. And that's how good this Rams defense can be. You don't need offense. Obviously, you saw Jared Goff. I mean, you have Cam Akers who can run the ball, which is fantastic.
131 yards for him. That's we see this a lot out of rookie running backs, and we saw it a little bit with J.K. Dobbins too, is you kind of establish throughout the regular season that you have a guy. Mm-hmm. You don't want to use him a ton because from the transition from the college game to the NFL game, I think is crazy hard for running backs because they're not used to that type of workload. They're not used to the 16, 17 game grind that the NFL is. So you bring these guys along slowly. And then when you get to the playoffs, you unleash these guys. You saw it with Cam Akers this week, 131 yards against the Seahawks team that the defense was gaining steam. And you had, a decent run stopping unit, but Akers just seemed to be able to get the extra yardage, fight for every single play. And I mean, just the Rams are a team, they're dangerous because they know who they are. They are not going to rely on Jared Goff. I would much rather have a 65-year-old Peyton Manning than Jared Goff at any point in his career. His thumb or no thumb, he does not have what it takes to be able to put together.
At least Peyton Manning can call the right plays. And Jared Goff can't do that. He needs one of the greatest.
But the good thing he has Sean McVay whispering into his ear to tell him what the right play is. But I don't know. I just think that the Rams know who they are. They have a very low variance, and in a playoff scenario, in a one game and out scenario, low variance teams have a higher chance to win than your up and down crazy offensive teams. Maybe give it too much away on the back end. So I don't know. This team. Everyone thinks that this game against the number 1 seed Packers is just going to be a walkover, but no. I don't know. Anytime you roll out that defensive lineup, it's a cause for concern.
Moral of the story: if the Rams win the Super Bowl this year, don't be surprised one bit.
Also, this has been my favorite team the whole year.
Alex, credit.
I've been on the board. I've been on the train. I mean, obviously the Cowboys were. I was on the Cowboys train too, but
you had the Rams really early this season, more hyped on them than I was. So I have to give you that. There's your little pat on the back for me for this week.